Hey yo, how's it going, bros? It's me, PewPie, coming at you with a brand new video. So, I like video games. Video games are fun. Sometimes, I wonder if I could make a video game, what would it be? And when I think about it, it just seems so awesome. I feel like I would make the best video game ever. But I don't know how to make video games. I'm too busy with life to make a video game. And the entry level just seems kind of high. I don't know, like I've seen a video game that was made by one person and he actually made it seem like a third, a AAA game. So that was pretty cool, kind of gives my hopes up. Maybe someday I'll be able to do it, but man, I just don't have the motivation for that stuff. And it's just kind of like other things that I'd rather do. I have a hard enough time making a video about it. I don't know how I'm gonna make the game, but anyway, like the ideas that I have for a video game, I think are pretty unique in a way. I don't know. Like, if I were to make any video game I could possibly make, it'd probably be a Call of Duty game. Now, not just a straight up Call of Duty game. Like, the reason why I say a Call of Duty game is because I just love the way those games feel. Like, I like the controlling schemes. I like how everything just kind of seems smooth like butter. Like, I like how how it feels when you sprint in those games. Like with like Black Ops 3, like I like how they changed the reloading in that game. So like specifically, I like the Treyarch games better than the rest. They always feel just so satisfying to me to play. And I think with the Black Ops 3 version, they improved that. It's just, I like most people, I think, I don't like the whole, like, exosuit jump, like, type thing, and the boost and wall running stuff. I'm not into that. But I just like the way it feels. I like how the guns feel a lot of the times. I don't really like say the type of guns that they put in the game, but just the overall, like, the feel of the game, like the way it feels to play, like I really like it. And when it comes to like say other video games, like I just feel like they just feel clunky. Like even just looking around doesn't feel right in other games. It feels like almost like there's a delay or something. Or I don't know, it just seems like I can't really get my crosshairs where I want them to go. Even though that doesn't, I don't know, man. And then like I like playing Fortnite and stuff, but the fucking sprint on that game does not feel like sprint to me. It feels more like jogging than anything. And I like games that just look really good. Like I like detailistic games, I guess I could say. I can't say like I remember back when like games didn't look all that great and all I wanted was to make them look better. and it seems like we're getting a lot of that, but it's not quite where I want it. Like, after when was it? Like, maybe this, like, Xbox One came out, and like they started announcing all these cool looking games, and then like they emphasized on realism, but then the gameplay mechanics were also more realistic, and I don't like that. Like, when I play video games have always been kind of like my escape from reality, so I don't really want to bring reality into the game. Like, I'm a visual person. I like things that look good. And that's, I want something that looks good but is also fun. Like, it just, like, I want like the arcadey type game style. I want something like that's over exaggerated, over the top, but I also want it to feel real. I don't want it to be realistic, but I want it to feel realistic. So that might sound a little bit weird, but like, I mean, there's definitely like games that are like that, and just like movies too. Like, not everything has, like, when I watch some of these Marvel movies, like, I get really invested into it, and everything just feels real. I'm aware that it's not real, but it's like, it's believable. I think there's just this sweet spot that you have to find between realism and and fictional, that just makes games or movies, or really, you know, videos or whatever, they just makes them satisfying to play or watch. So I get a lot of the realism from Call of Duty, like, especially with, I like the realism from Call of Duty, like, especially with Modern Warfare. Like, Modern Warfare game that it looks so satisfying. I haven't really played it, but it's like one of those games that I really enjoy looking at. Just like every shot just has like this impact to it, and it just seems intense, and I'd like to see more of that. But I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about like Call of Duty anymore. I mean, I've never really liked war games. I think they can be fun, but I think the main reason, like, I don't really like Call of Duty is because of the tryhards. Like, the people who just play the game way too much and just like way too skilled. I think I like just playing games with my friends more than often, and like real life. And I like to be able to have like different things that I can do. Um Really, when I think about it, I just don't think, it just seems like all my friends are just kind of like going different directions with the games that they play, so I don't feel like I'm going to get what I want out of video games either way. But it's still fun to like think about what I would want in a game. So yeah, I'd make a Call of Duty game, but the thing about what I would do in a Call of Duty game is probably a lot different than what anybody else would do in a video game. So like I know like when I listen to other people and what in regards to what they want out of a Call of Duty game is like they want to go back to the roots and just have games that are based in real wars that happened, and they want to see less of the like goofy cosmetic stuff and like the crazy maps that are completely unrealistic. And I think I like some of that. And I'm a big zombies fan. I'd like to see like a zombies game. Like I'd like to see hold on, I'm actually getting two thoughts like kind of crossing over with one another, cuz like I was just trying to like think about like just Call of Duty like multiplayer without the zombies, like what I would do if it was just zombies. I mean, if it was just without zombies or whatever. But then I'm like thinking about the zombie game that I thought of. I really think Call of Duty and Call of Duty Zombies should just be separated from one another. I really think Zombies could just be its own game, but that's a different video. But I do like the idea of having a game, a Call of Duty game that is like it has the zombie mode, and then the campaign is zombies based, like it's a zombie campaign, and then multiplayer has zombie styled maps like they have done in the past, and it's just kind of like themed around zombies, like pretty much every map, I guess. And zombie maps are themed off of different things as well, so I like the atmosphere in zombie games are pretty distinguishable, I guess I could say. Like they're unique. They're not really something that you see in multiplayer a whole lot, and I think they would make for some good multiplayer maps. But I'm not really talking about that. So I established that I like the way Call of Duty feels. I like the way they look. That's what I want in a game. And then I want something that's between realism and fiction. So the idea that I had today for a Call of Duty game was it's kind of an unfinished thought that I've had. I haven't really fully developed it, so I might be thinking more about it as I go on. But I just want to have like an emphasis on like map design. Like I want like crazy map designs. I think of like maybe Buried or something, or like I just want a map with like different layers to it. Like a map that I keep on thinking about is having like 3 different islands. Like they're relatively small islands, like they're just floating in the air, and there's like certain like platforms or something that are just floating around that you can like get from planet to planet. Maybe there's or island to island, whatever you want to call it. And maybe there's like teleporters or bouncing pads. And, each island has a bit of a different theme. Like one's like looks like a city that's just kind of ran down, and the other one's more just like tunnels or something. Like just a weird kind of like mashup of stuff. And then the other one's just kind of like stones that are floating around with like a castle like looking thing that's almost like melted into it or something. And maybe they can even move around. Nah, I don't see the point in doing that. I can see like stones going back and forth between islands, like in different directions and stuff. Man, I want to see like crazy maps, and I want like things for people to do. Like I always like the idea of maps where you can go in and like shoot something, like say like a thing of logs or whatever, and then they'd all come tumbling down and you could get kills with that. Or it would, like the logs would just go somewhere and like create like a new pathway or something. Maybe have like doors that like they swing down, or maybe like a boulder that like knocks a hole into a building, or just like anything like that. Like it doesn't even have to be like fully realistic. Like I would like most of the I'd like most of them to be like make sense. But if some of them doesn't, like if they're just like solely based to just change the map and do different things, like that'd be fine. But like I want like maps that have like I want people to be able to approach the how they play the game to be like different every time. Like I just I think I should also mention that I should talk about the guns, because I think about like Modern Warfare or something, or the original Black Ops. So like this game's a sci-fi game, right? So I'd like to see guns kind of like I'd like to see like a mixture of different guns. I'd like to see some guns that are very similar, or I mean not very like common, but like just guns that you've seen before. Well, I mean like I really like Black Ops, the game Black Black Ops. Cause like I feel like everything was just kind of simple, and I like the simplicity. But like I don't want to just like, straight up copy it. So I want like a small amount of guns, but I kind of want to tweak them out. So maybe instead of making the similar, the taking the same guns, like maybe I can just take those guns and then modify them so they look similar in an aspect, and they handle similar, but like I think I want to take the realism out a little bit. Like I don't want the guns to react in the same way that real guns work, cuz I want to emphasize on on game mechanics. So like I mean they had this in Black Ops as well, but it's like depending on your loadout, like there's pros and cons to every loadout that you have, and depending on what loadout you have would change the way that you would play the game. So like say if you have a shotgun, you could shoot someone in one shot easily, but you don't have a whole lot of range. So you would like play in like in narrow places, because that would suit you the most. And then like let's say you have SMGs where you can just shoot a lot, just without running out of ammo, but also your accuracy isn't the best and it takes a really long time to reload. And I mean, like stuff like that. You can have an explosive weapon, but you only get like 1 or 2 bullets, so it's not extremely useful. And it's just like stuff like that, really. Like I just want like every gun to have its pros and cons. And I just cuz I like to see some like ray guns and stuff in there too. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, well, how would I do that? I think ray guns and stuff is mainly what I would want to see in zombies, but and I think that's the reason why I think about it as much. But yeah, I just want like a handful of guns that handle differently, and I guess maybe I don't know what to think about like customization, cuz like there's something about like customization that makes guns feel a bit more personal. Maybe I could just do like a cosmetic stuff to it, like being able to like say use stickers to make your gun look like whatever you want. kind of like Little Big Planet. um, so yeah, like I'd like to like a game with different gun classes that you can choose from, and they all have their pros and cons and difference. And then I want the maps to be very diverse. And I don't want anything like too goofy, I guess. Like, I want them to be like places that you want to explore. Like, I want the maps to be eye candy. And I want them to have like a learning curve to them. Or maybe I just want like diverse. Like, cause like having a map that's just completely open space sounds kind of good. Yeah, like I can imagine some people liking that. And I just want like a class and a map that like suits everyone, and then you could have like in the like all the I don't know if Call of Duty still does this. I imagine they do, but you know, like you load up the game and you get a selection of a couple maps to choose from, and whatever people vote to choose can is the map that's gonna get played. But like the problem I have, I guess, with like mostly Call of Duty like lately is that it's a little bit too realistic. Like there's no like bouncing pads or anything on the maps or like teleporters, and that's what I want. I like I like I was also thinking about like having like rooms in certain games where the gravity gets like flipped upside down, or maybe like even zero gravity or low gravity. Have like a biodome or something in a map. I like the idea of having maps where like different worlds kind of collide, and like I just want like a bunch of different stuff. I want maps where you can be afraid of falling down because you have to pay attention to where you're going. And I'd like to see some like risk reward type things where like say it's hard to get to certain places, but once you get there, it puts you at an advantage. And I'd like to see some more like close quarter type things. I'd like to see some mirrors that like trip you out and make you think there's an enemy there when there's not. And then if you know the map, then you know it's a mirror or not. Maybe there's like death traps that you can activate. Say it's like in a good place where most people would want to stay at, but if they're not paying attention, somebody could turn on the death trap and kill them. And just like I just kind of like want maps that just kind of like keep you on your tippy toes. You know, like there's always something to worry about. And just different ways to approach things. Um, have some like maze maps. Have like a launcher. I don't know. Like I kind of think of like Halo and some of the stuff it has on it. I mean, I already mentioned like launching pads and teleporters. I just don't like how in Halo, like, I just don't like the way it. Well, I mean, it does feel more Call of Duty. I just don't like, say, the high um kill high. Like, I just don't like the amount of health it has or they have, and I don't really like how we have like pretty much the same guns all the time. I don't know, man. It's changing a bit, but there's there's a lot there's some stuff that I like from Halo. I like to there's some cool custom made maps on there, like Duck Hunt, where people go through an obstacle course and you have one person sniping them, and I'd like to see that and something like that in a Call of Duty game. That'd be more like a party game mode. There was one where there was like 4 different castles and you had to capture the flag, and that was cool. There's one called Andy's Bed or Dorm Room or something like that, where everything's blown up in size, and that was a fun map. Like, you could get in on like the bed and jump up the stairs because it's a bunk bed, and get on the ceiling fan and stuff like that. I think if I was to make a map like that, I'd probably like make the room a mess, like a complete mess, to like